Good morning. Good morning. And welcome. I am Claude Lake, Dean of Information Technology and the CFED Campus Administrator. At this time, we ask that you silence your cell phones. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your motorboards. And now please turn and face the flag and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag Our national anthem will be led by vocalist Dr. Mark Brown, academic faculty.
Please join me in singing. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Gentlemen, please return your hats and be seated.
It's a beautiful crowd today. Good morning. My name is Jonathan Coe. I'm honored to serve as the president here at Shelton State Community College. It's our honor to welcome all of you, our graduates, our families, friends, and esteemed faculty to the 2025 commencement ceremony. Today is a day of celebration, a day to honor a journey defined not just by grades and assignments, but by perseverance, determination, and the courage to keep moving. Even when the path was challenging, you have all faced long days, late nights, moments of giving up may have seemed easier. Yet you are here. You're standing strong, ready to embrace the next chapter of your life. No journey is taken alone. Behind every graduate here today are those who have offered encouragement, guidance, and support along the way. They cheered you on when you doubted yourself, offered a helping hand when life got heavy, and reminded you of your purpose. So as you cross this stage, remember that you carry not only your own hard work and determination, but also the hopes, pride, and dreams of everyone who stood beside you. So please join me in applauding the family, the friends, the mentors who have been your support system. I would also like to acknowledge a very special group of individuals, our awesome and amazing faculty. Their expertise and their dedication have been instrumental in our students' success. And at this time, I ask that all Shelton State faculty members present and able to, please stand and be recognized. Don't be shy. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all. And graduates, Your journey has begun here and has shaped not only your mind, but your character. You have contributed to the life of this campus, strengthened our community, and forged relationships that will last a lifetime. The lessons you've learned here about curiosity, integrity, and perseverance will guide you in every future endeavor. So as you step into the next chapter, please remember this, that Shelton State goes with you. The knowledge, the experience, and the values you've gained here are your foundation, and your future is full of possibilities waiting to be realized. So lead with integrity, resilience, and heart. Make an impact, and never forget the journey that brought you to this moment. And on behalf of everyone at Shelton State Community College, congratulations. I would now like to recognize a few of our special guests that are joining us today from the Alabama Community College system and from the Shelton State Foundation. So as I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Mr. Zach Lee, our ACCS Regional External Affairs Liaison. Ms. Sydney Sullen, our ACCS Regional Affairs Liaison as well. And then Mr. Philip Green, the ACCS Director of Strategic Enrollment Management. Thank you all for being with us today. We're grateful for your continued support, which helps strengthen both our college and the lives of the students we serve. Thank you, guys. This morning, I have a distinct pleasure of introducing today's commencement speaker, Mr. Levlin Roan, project executive with Direct Investments Development and a member of the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees. Mr. Roan is a resident of Greensboro, Alabama, and is a fifth-generation Black Belt native with over 3 decades of experience spanning operations, economic and community development, entrepreneurship, project management, and management consulting. He has held leadership roles with Fortune 100 companies, federal agencies, and his own entrepreneurial ventures, building a career at the intersection of business and community impact. His work is guided by a commitment to expanding educational access and creating pathways to economic opportunity, particularly in rural and underinvested communities. Before returning to Alabama, Mr. Roan owned and operated a utility construction company in the Northeast, successfully growing and eventually selling the business. His earlier career includes executive roles with McDonald's, Accenture, Baxter Healthcare, Xerox, and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Mr. Roan continues to serve his community through civic leadership. He sits on several boards, including the ACCS Board of Trustees, the Chamber of Commerce of West Alabama, and the Industrial Development Board of Hale County. Through these roles, he focuses on strengthening local economies, advancing entrepreneurship, and building resilient communities. His leadership on the ACCS board, including as past chairman, helps guide a system that serves over 170,000 learners each year, contributing to over $8.1 billion annually in Alabama's economy. It's a testament to his belief in transformative power of community colleges. Mr. Roan earned his MBA from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business and a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Duke University. Graduates, families, and friends, please join me in welcoming Mr. Levlin Roan to the podium.
Good morning, Shelton State Community College. We can do better than that. I know it's a little bit early and it's Friday. Good morning, Shelton State Community College. And especially to the class of 2025 fall semester, winter semesters, and I think we had a spring semester earlier. So if any of those folks have come back, I'm congratulating everybody today. But before I go any further, I want to begin with a bit of gratitude. First, I want to thank President Coe for his generous introduction. And it's an honor to stand here this morning, not only as a trustee of the Alabama Community College system, but as someone whose story, like many of yours, was shaped by educators, family, community, and the quiet but powerful land of West Alabama. I also want to pause to acknowledge my family, those who are here with me today, and those joining us virtually as well. Your love, your patience, your prayers, and your belief have carried me above and beyond, more times than I can count. Thank you for walking the journey with me. Today I want to speak with you about something that has defined every meaningful chapter of my life and every meaningful chapter of this region's history. The words above and beyond you will hear come time and time again in my brief remarks. Because no one arrives at this moment by doing only what is required. You arrive here because again and again you went above expectations and beyond circumstances. I hear somebody's agreeing with me back there. And let me make you a promise right now. I'm here to delight you, to inspire you, and not to keep you a moment past the time your families expect to get out of here and go eat. I know somewhere somebody had put some biscuits in the oven this morning before leaving home. Before we go any further, let me put what you've accomplished today in perspective. Across the Alabama Community College system, 2025 has been an extraordinary year of effort and impact. This year alone, our colleges have served 150,377 students, but we're not counting, right? People just like you. They balance work, family, faith, and ambition. Together, you logged 1,885,925 hours of learning. It's a mouthful. That's nearly 2 million hours of showing up. 2 million hours of choosing growth over comfort. 2 million hours of going above and beyond what life required of you. Those hours represent nights shifts followed by morning classes, parents studying after children were asleep, students who refused to let circumstances write their endings. And today, Shelton State, you are a part of that story. Every journey begins somewhere. Mine began with education and with two people who believed deeply in it. I am the proud son of two educators. My mother, a second grade school teacher, my father, a junior high history teacher. They poured everything they had into me, not just books and expectations, but values, character, work ethic, and love. If I've accomplished anything in life, it is because two humble, committed black belt educators believed that I could and never allowed me to forget whose child I was. And speaking of the black belt, my roots run deep. As President Coe mentioned, I am a fifth-generation son of this region. And boy, does it go for a long ways. Like the day I graduated from high school. Most people spend the day of their graduation ironing tassels or taking photos in the yard. I spent mine out in the field with my dad helping a cow deliver a breached calf. Because we either fix the problem or risk losing both the mama and the baby. Both were successfully saved. Nothing prepares you for life's challenges quite like pulling a calf and then walking across a graduation stage a few hours later. Years later, and many years later, I returned home as an only child to care for two aging parents in their final years. That was not a burden. It was an honor for me. One I will forever be grateful for, that I was given the chance to carry forward. Shelton State has been a part of my story even longer than I fully realized. As a young boy, I visited my grandmother's brother, C.A. Fred Sr., who was then the president of Tuscaloosa State Trade School. That is now known as the Fred campus. In 1994, the Tuscaloosa State Trade School merged with Shelton State, bringing together a proud legacy of workforce training with expanded academic opportunity. That merger helped shape the Shelton State we celebrate here today. Back then, I didn't understand institutions, but I did understand one thing. Uncle Chester, that's C.A. Fred Sr., had a big leather chair behind his desk, and it spun all the way around. And I liked to spin in that chair. It wasn't like I was a president or anything, but that chair taught me my first lessons about life. Life spins. Life turns. Life changes directions whether you're ready or not. But who you are, the steady part inside the spin, is what truly matters. In life, we build two sets of qualities. The first set shows up on your resume. Your degree, certification, your skills, those definitely matter. They got you here today. But that second set, kindness, courage, integrity, resilience, humility, generosity, those never show up on paper, yet they define your impact on the world. Your resume opens the doors, but your characters build the home. And who you are becoming is shaped in the in-between, the unpredictable, the unglamorous moments of life. As Bob Marley once said, beginnings are usually scary, endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living. Today we celebrate your beginning, but it's the in-between where your real story takes shape. People often try to reduce others to a single story. Community college students didn't have options. Single parents won't make it. People from the Black Belt can't compete otherwise. Your past, whatever it is, limits your future. But I know better, Shelton knows better, and you know better. One of the recent graduate, Jacinta, shared her story with me, and she had told me to use her name. She spoke of profound loss of raising her children while continuing her education, of leaning on her parents for strength, of encouragement offered by her husband, who could only show his love through a phone line. And she shared her dream, not just to graduate, but to become an educator, to create classrooms filled with safety, compassion, and understanding she knows so deeply. That is not a resume entry. It's not a statistic. That is a life shaped by faith, sorrow, resilience, and purpose. And that is exactly the kind of story West Alabama needs. With every leap, transformation begins. Butterflies are created by something called imaginal cells. At first, the caterpillar's body tries to reject these cells. But change often feels just like that. Awkward, uncertain, resistant. But these imaginal cells persist. They cluster together, they multiply, and they transform, ultimately forming a butterfly. Graduates, you are these imaginal cells and the future of West Alabama. Niceness is overrated. Niceness smiles politely. Niceness tells you, have a blessed day, and then cuts you off in the parking lot and proceeds to use some words we won't use. Kindness, though, kindness is courageous. Kindness listens. Kindness shows up. Kindness stands firm, 10 toes down. And Alabama needs kind leaders like you. Leaders who don't just come with credentials, but they come with compassion, conviction, and the willingness to lift others. This state needs people who well and care, who can code and collaborate, who can teach and transform, who can build and inspire. Your degree is your ticket. Your character is your power. And let me be clear about where leadership matters the most. In places like Tuscaloosa, Northport, Centerville, Greensboro, and Sawyerville. Places that don't need saving. They need believing in, investing in, and showing up for. Alabama's future is built on the people willing to take a leap. I'll tell you a quick story. There was an engineer, a quiet engineer named Alan Eustace, who worked for Google, and he rose 135,000 feet. That's more than 25 miles above the earth. He stepped off of a platform into the unknown, and he fell for 4 minutes and 27 seconds, reaching speeds of over 800 miles an hour with only a parachute. He didn't do it for the fame. He did it because humans are built to explore. And here in Alabama, leaps look a little bit quieter. I personally am not trying to go that high up and jump off of anything. Some of you might be able to do it and want to, but not me. These quieter leaps mean showing up after the night shift, parenting or working with a third grader, helping them with their lessons and then doing your own, or starting a business in your home or your backyard. Every one of those 2 million learning hours that I talked about earlier began with some form of a leap. Life isn't neat. Here's another very quick story about a farmer and a horse. The farmer's horse runs away, and the neighbors say, "Oh, it's so terrible." The farmer says, "Maybe." The horse that ran away returns with 2 more horses. The neighbors say, "Oh, this is wonderful. You have 2 additional horses." The farmer says, "Maybe." Then the farmer's son is trying to break the 2 wild horses that came back. He breaks his leg. They say, "Oh, how awful is it? Your son has broken his leg." The farmer says, "Maybe." Then the army comes looking to get new folks in to join the army. But they pass the father's son over because he has a broken leg. His father says, "Maybe." Life reveals itself over time. It's not about the farm, it's not about the horse, but it's about things will happen. And it's all a matter of how and when they happen and how you respond. And sometimes life is asking you to go above and beyond what you think you can do to carry on. That's where resilience is born. So graduates, your in-between begins this morning. Make it courageous. Make it kind. Make it bold. Now go and live lives that rise above expectation and reach beyond what anyone thought was possible. May you walk forward with courage when the path is unclear. May you lead with kindness when it would be easier to look away. And when life asks more of you than you think you can give, may you rise above fear and go beyond expectation and become exactly who this moment and this place needs you to be. Go well. Thank you for listening to me, and please don't burn those biscuits. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Rome. Good morning. My name is Michael Green, and I serve as the Dean of Instruction here at Shelton State. We are here to recognize the achievements of the fall 2025 graduating class of Shelton State Community College. This is a very important occasion for the graduates, their families, and their friends. So that every name can be heard, please hold your applause and celebration until all graduates have been recognized. We also ask guests to refrain from coming forward for pictures. Will all the candidates for certificates and degrees who are able to do so, please rise. Go ahead. President Coe, these candidates have met all requirements. This wonderful faculty and I recommend them for the appropriate certificate or degree.
Well, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you a certificate or degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Good morning. During today's ceremony, we proudly recognize the accomplishments of all graduating students. As a reminder, please hold all applause until the conclusion of the awards so that each name can be heard. Will all the individuals receiving a short-term certificate please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called? Raven Rosetta Capers, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Jennifer S. Castillo, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Rose M. Chaga, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Applications Specialist. Adrian M. Deese, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Applications Specialist. Carmen Elizabeth Gray, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Joanna Maria Cortez Hernandez, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Applications Specialist. Kelty Hogg, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Ariadna Hernandez Lugo, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Savannah Lynn Jones, short-term certificate in Welding. Terrion Keaton, short-term certificate in Diesel Mechanics, Advanced Maintenance, Basic Maintenance, and Engine Specialist. Cade Bradley Kirkham, certificate in Diesel Mechanics and short-term certificate in Advanced Maintenance, Basic Maintenance, and Engine Specialist. Micaiah Shea Kirkman, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Applications Specialist. Clover Lake, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Astrid P. Juarez Ramirez, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Marjorie Hamina Ramirez, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Mia M. Rojas, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. LaCrystal T. Ryans, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Medical Assistant and Office Application Specialist. Camia Samuel, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Avery Setterfield, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Keandre Jaquan Stewart, short-term certificates in Diesel Mechanics, Advanced Maintenance, Basic Maintenance, and Engine Specialist. Katie S. Thacker, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. Donna Sophie Valencia Nunez, short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Office Application Specialist. You may be seated. Will all the individuals receiving a certificate please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called? Colson Emery Armstrong, certificate, Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Shatania Fikes Craig, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Instructor Training, and a short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Medical Assistant. Emily P. Edwards, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Kendra Michelle Green, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Nail Technology. Demaria N. Williams, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Nail Technology. Joyous Marie Hurd, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Juliana M. Matos, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Aesthetics. Alexander Ray, certificate in Machine Tool and Die Technology, and a short-term certificate in Machine Tool and Die Technology, Mold and Die Maintenance Repair. Kristen Paisley Sellers, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Sierra Nashay Wilson, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Ebony Wilson, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Markiah Sherelle Wilson, certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Nicholas Brian Walters, certificate in Diesel Mechanics and short-term certificates in Advanced Maintenance, Basic Maintenance, and Engine Specialist. You may be seated. Will all the individuals receiving an Associate in Applied Science degree Please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called. Carson Lee Akers, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology and a short-term certificate in Industrial Maintenance Technology. Kate Marie Allen, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Technology. Chastity Cherie Barrett, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Bookkeeping and Accounting. Stephanie Michaela Bennett, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Paralegal. Tawana N. Brown, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Paralegal. Anthony M. Buchanan, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Computer Science Technology, Programming and App Development. Shakindria D. Burrell, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Coral Ruby Creel, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. Yavin Curry, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Aesthetics. Dylan T. Damron, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Computer Science Technology, Programming and App Development. Zakiah Oshari DeVault, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Culinary Arts with short-term certificates in Culinary Arts, Food Preparation, and Basic Food Preparation. Fedarius D. Duncan, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Machine Tool and Die Technology and Short-Term Certificate in Machine Tool and Die Technology, Mold and Die Maintenance Repair. Mariah Danielle File, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Child Development. LaShondra L. Hare, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Information Processing. Joshua Carter Harper, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Computer Science Technology, Networking and Programming. Aaliyah Sheree Hughes, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Information Processing, and a short-term certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Bookkeeping and Accounting. Luke Jones, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Chloe Keller, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Information Processing, and short-term certificate in Office Applications Specialist. Christopher Noah King, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Technology. Layla Knox, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management Aesthetics. Jasmine DeLois Lark, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Computer Science Technology, Networking and Programming. Ari Elise Lee, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Culinary Arts with short-term certificates in baking, basic food preparation, and food preparation. Ryan Chanel Lawler, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Child Development. Kaylee L. Montgomery, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management Cosmetology. Camille A. Owens, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management Aesthetics. Sierra S. Owings, Associate in Applied Science, Advanced Manufacturing Technology, Quality Engineering. Nathan Scott Perkins, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Josh Hayden Powell, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. William Chance Pridmore, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Courtney Lynn Putnam, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management Cosmetology. Ashlyn G. Sargent, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Joseph Lee Scoggins, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Matthew Sessoms, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Emily Francis Sickles, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Automotive Service Technology. Jaden Anthony Stewart, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Keely Shea Swift, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management Cosmetology. Cody Simon Tank, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Industrial Electronics Technology. Jenna Terrell, Associate in Applied Science, Certificate and Short-Term Certificate in Business Office Management and Technology, Bookkeeping and Accounting, and Business Office Management and Technology Office Applications Specialist. Victoria G. Taylor, Associate in Applied Science and certificate in computerized numerical control, and a short-term certificate in quality and precision measurement. Julie Torres, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Aesthetics. Aisha Jasmine Watson, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Aesthetics. Asa Lotus Jackson Witten, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Electrical Technology and short-term certificates in Electrical Technology Level 1 and 2. Alasia Taylor, Associate in Applied Science and Certificate in Salon and Spa Management, Cosmetology. You may be seated. Will all graduates now please rise? It is now time for the ceremonial changing of the tassel, symbolizing the transition from candidate to graduate. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Let's congratulate all of our graduates with cheers and applause.
You may be seated. But how about one more round of applause while they take a seat? Great job, guys. Well, thank you all for an inspiring morning, and congratulations once again to this graduating class. So as we conclude, graduates, please remember to leave your diploma covers in your chairs as you exit. And family and friends, we kindly ask that you remain in the stands until the graduates have recessed. Once dismissed, you can exit through those gym doors in the same way you came in, and we will have a reception in the atrium immediately following this ceremony. And we now ask that our guest stand remain standing until our graduates have exited.